Okay, so let's just do a little centering as we begin tonight. And come to your seat. Feel free to sit on your props. Anything that helps kind of lift your hips up a little bit. And then find your root. So we are working with the earth energy this season. We've moved into Capricorn and the element is earth. So you can think of what's happening in the earth at this season of winter. It's kind of restoring the energy. Think of like all the grounding work. So we don't see things blooming so much this time of year. We're kind of just storing it up, storing up the energy. So going inward, finding your root, and let that root from your tailbone drop down into the earth tonight. Plugging yourself in to present time. So tonight, letting your mind's awareness just let go of the past. And we have a lot of that sort of energy right now as we reflect on this year, as we're coming to the end. Had a lot last week as well. We entered the new season, so lots of kind of reflection time, honoring the past and all the lessons you have now. Let's disconnect your mind's awareness from going into the future too far. A lot of times we're jumping into the new year, just mentally thinking about all the things we're going to do or change. But let's just try to stay present in this nice kind of transition week we were talking about. So settle into your body, check in, settle into your breath. If you can, keep breathing in and out of your nose, creating a nice purifying, humidifying cycle in and out. And drop that breath deep down into the belly. So really from the navel down tonight, that will really be our focus, just down that pathway of energy, always helping us feel a little more settled, more safe and secure. So just notice if it's hard to sit still, can we invite more grounding? And of course, we don't want to feel too heavy. So let's also feel the pathway of energy from the navel up, kind of rising up through you, up and out through the crown of your head. So we are balanced. But just settle in a little more to that root. And then clean out your mind tonight of any chatter or distractions. We pick up so much from the world. So let it all go for this time. Set your intention for tonight. Maybe it is just enjoying the pause, enjoying the time and space to reflect, to be grateful for this journey, for all that this year has brought us. Grateful for the body, grateful for breath, grateful for your mind and its ability to just keep changing, growing, shifting. One more nice full body breath. And then keeping that root grounded, your tailbone and the sitting bones at the base of your pelvis, let's inhale, heart forward, exhale around. We get into some just gentle spirals, loosening up any tight spaces. Good. And then kind of winding up a little closer. Take a deep breath. Exhale, bow forward, unwind that. Go the opposite direction, see how it feels. Get into your hips, your spine, the shoulders, neck. And one more nice big exploratory circle. How is everything feeling? And then back to center. Keep the shoulders back and down. Let's inhale, chin towards the sky, just straight up. Exhale, chin straight down. So enjoy that. Just isolate the neck, be gentle. And center, inhale up through the crown, nice and tall. Exhale, right ear towards the right shoulder. Inhale, center, exhale, other side. Keep the back of your head touching an imaginary wall behind you. It's just a lateral movement, no twisting here. It's just side to side. Let's do one more, each direction. And then hold on this right side, adding more weight if you like. Right hand on your head, opposite arm extends, and find that good spot. Maybe work the wrist a little bit, flex and extend the wrist. What's most helpful? To melt away some of the stress that finds its way to your neck and your shoulder. Great, back to the center, inhale, nice and tall, exhale, balance that out. See how it feels on this side. Imagine breathing right into the tightness. Use your mind, the power of the mind. Great, release that. Let's give the shoulders a big roll up towards your ears. Kind of squeeze and gather some stress. Exhale, squeeze them back and down. Just let it go. A couple more. Inhaling, gather it up. Exhale, release. Good. And just let that go. Let's go into the feet right away here tonight. So that grounding earth energy also aligns with the foundation of your body, which most of the day is your feet. So let's give the feet a little love, really nurturing for the nervous system, calming, which is really helpful for sleep and just healing, and let your body do all of the amazing things it does instead of battling stress. So conscious relaxation, conscious ways that you are intentionally trying to relax, super powerful, super important for your overall health. And it feels good. So give the heels a nice massage, see how that feels. Stimulate the circulation. Then into the soft arch space. And underneath the toes. Again, this is a practice you can do every night, especially if you're having trouble sleeping. And you can really take your time when it's just you. We could take the whole night and just massage our feet. Not tonight. So I like that kind of horizontal grid across the feet, and then the long way from the very bottom of your heel, and check out if it's really dry. And then a nice moderate pressure all the way up to each toe and the tip of the toes. So you've got those vertical lines and the horizontal grid, and everything's nice and covered. So take your time. Pay attention to any tender spots. Work the space just right underneath the top of the toes as well, on the top of the foot. And even roll through with your knuckles and just really get that circulation moving. And when you feel like that foot is covered, cover it up and switch. So essential oils are great. Sesame oil is really great for warming this time of year as a massage oil. Grapeseed oil is pretty neutral. I know there's lots of just good blends out there too, some good Ayurvedic massage oils. Lotions are great as well. You can always add some essential oils to any of that. Again, use some moderate pressure with your thumbs, especially. Just really get into any stuck spots, any kind of stagnant energy you might find. Just explore. And even give the toes a little tug at the top. Just release any tension there. Again, we are honoring the foundation of the body. In this case, the feet, tailbone, just that base of your pelvis. Really important. Aligning with the earth element within all of us. It's the most dense element. Grounded, safe, strong, calm earth. All right. So cover your feet if you can. Just keep all that goodness. And then I'm going to stretch out. Let your knees open up. And again, feel that pathway from the navel down, down through your hips, down your legs and out your feet. Finding staff pose, very nice, strong, grounded pose here. Looks like you're just sitting, but it's active. So core strong, back strong. Inhale, tops of the feet forward. Exhale back. Just enjoy some good movement now for your ankles and all of the connective tissues. Draw some circles. Both directions. Toes up towards the sky. So take a deep breath here. Exhale. Wrap those soles towards each other. Inhale, open. Exhale again. Here comes Daisy Dog. Yeah, sit down. Good. Gonna shake those legs out into the knees. Inhale, extend through your heel. Let's really open that up. Exhale, get your knee moving. Good circulation. Couple more. Especially when things are drying out as things get cold and our heat systems are drying out our homes. Definitely feel it in the body. Keep that knee in, open it up. Now let's get into the hip. We know this one, so feel your anchor, your sitting bone, and just warm up the hip all around. How's it feeling? Great. Take that shin bone right in front of you. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, hug it in a little closer. 2 more. Inhale, let it go a little. Exhale. And last one. Noticing if some repetition has been good. Take a few more breaths. Check your shoulders, relax them. I'm just trying to make some space, open up that hip. Great. And then reset, let that go, shake it out. Left side, hang on. And inhale, sweeping through your heel. Exhale, straight in, wherever you can go. Listen to your body. Last one, deep breath in. Exhale, hug it in, then open it up. External rotation. So you're opening from your hip and then explore all around it. Mix up the directions, the size of the circles. Shin bone out in front of you. Take a deep breath. Exhale again, hug it in. 2 more, just be gentle. This third one, let's take a few breaths. Give your body a little more space and time. Great. Reset the knee, the hip, stretch it out. And cross your ankles. Let's come to tabletop. So here, notice your foundation is both hands, which are spread out, fingers wide, and your knees and your feet. Feel that stable foundation. Inhaling, letting the spine move. Exhaling down your back, pressing into the floor. And do that a few more. And one more time. Exhaling all the way down the back. And neutral. Right toes to the mat behind you. I know Daisy's kind of in the way. You can take your toes to the floor. Big stretch for your foot, your ankle. Now we're going to work a little balance and stability. Pivot so that right foot is now parallel to the end of the mat, and you kind of swivel this left foot out. And then come to your side, like you're right against a wall. Maybe the top arm goes up, if that feels good, or maybe you get this really nice stretch down the right side, keeping this whole side body turning up towards the ceiling and almost open more. Then just check in. You want to keep the outer right foot pressing down, or maybe you want to work more balance, lift that leg a little bit, flex through the foot. One more breath wherever you are, finding your stability, your balance, and then coming down back to center. Enjoy a cat stretch, just kind of work through it. Neutral, same thing other side, left toes to the floor first. Pulse through, stretch, breathe into the big calf muscle and your toes. Great, and then simply pivot on that back foot, ground it, and then this other leg just kind of goes back a little at an angle for stability as we open up. Pretending like we are right against a wall. Then just kind of play with it. Maybe you want to extend the arm, or maybe you want to lift that back leg, flex the foot, press through it. It's a little more active. Stable and grounded, pressing into that bottom hand, the bottom leg. Sometimes it feels good just to keep that back foot grounded too. Open up. Great, and then unwind it, find center, and take your cat stretch. Great, let's even that out into child's pose with or without your bolster. It's up to you. I will time it for just a minute or so. Maybe the arms want to just rest at your sides. Or maybe they want to extend out. Feel your tailbone heavy, anchoring down, and wherever your knees can go. So please honor yourself. Let's take 3 more breaths. Great. Center your head and come up to a seat. Now, flip that bolster the other way. We're going to work with some lunges on the bolster to really help, obviously, cushion the knees as we go into the hips. So you're going to start with both knees on your either blanket or bolster. And then work with your balance. Let's take the left leg forward. Quite a bit forward, so you have some space here. So take a deep breath and exhale, sink into that right hip. You can engage that right leg, the glutes, to help those hip flexors lengthen and let go. You can back off a bit and then sink back into it. Just see what feels best for your body. Hip flexors go deep into the torso. Maybe you can feel that next to the lumbar spine. Deep, deep. And that might feel good to stay there for a little bit. Or take hands down to the floor or to your blocks, and then we shift back. So stretching through that front leg now. Flex the foot, toes up towards the ceiling. You can keep your spine really extending, heart forward, or even bowing over. So take a few more moments. Maybe you flow through it. Maybe you go into that deep lunge. And then mindfully folding over that front leg, shifting the stretch. Just another minute or so. And let's all meet in this forward fold. So use the core, be strong there so we can maybe fold a little deeper, feeling supported. The back, get a little longer, surrender your head. Great, and then shift forward enough to just take that front knee back and find center. All right, so same thing, other side. Let's get right leg forward. Set it up. So again, working with stability and balance. Take a deep breath and then find that front kind of edge of the lunge. And activating this back leg glutes so we can give permission for the front, these hip flexors, to go release a little bit. And then check in with that counter pose as we bow over, engaging the quads, but let your head go. Again, we'll just have some time to explore between these two movements. Good, and let's all now meet in that forward fold. If you're not there, it's a flexed and strong active foot, toes up towards the ceiling, core strong as we let go, bow over, and just check in. Are you holding any tension in your neck? Maybe your face, your jaw? Great. And then restabilize so we can take that step back, reset both knees. Let's just do a gentle camel here. So take your hands to your sacrum. The glutes are strong. We're trying to just open up the front of both hips now as you sink down, and then just gently lift your vision up. So your tailbone is grounding down. One more breath, opening up the front of the heart. And then come back. Great. Move out the bolster for now, and let's come slowly down onto your belly. So as if the big toe is a little closer together, let's inhale, lifting the heart up, opening. Exhale, melt down. So 2 more. Inhaling, opening. Exhale. We're going to hold this one, take on a deep breath. From your navel down, sink into the earth a little more. Heavy leg bones, feet. And then lower into the Sphinx. So we have our foundation now as our hands, our forearms, our elbows, just straight out in front of you. Make the right angle for your left hip outside, toes angle out into your half frog. So more for those hip flexors, sink down, feel the heaviness of your belly. And then we make our twist. So slide your right arm through, connect both hands, then a slow opening twist across. Sometimes you get a nice release in the spine, just don't force it. Take a few breaths and just notice where we can let go a little more. Breathe into it. Enjoy another breath or two. Slowly unwind. And meeting in the Sphinx pose again, right in the center. Elbows under your shoulders. Really great pose for strengthening the back, open the front. Great. Other side, set up the hip first, so make some space. With that half frog pose in the hips here, in the legs, toes angle straight out. One more breath. Then threading left arm under. Connect the hands and then open it up. You can kind of scoot the shoulders underneath a little bit more, but don't be surprised if your arms are not both touching the ground. Do not force, just breathe. Let gravity help here, surrender to it. One more breath. Take your time unwinding. Now back to center. And now we're going to move into the crocodile pose. And we're going to take your big toes together if you can, and kind of roll those hips out a little bit so that the legs go inward, if that makes sense, kind of flattening out the front of the hips. And it's up to you with your arms. Maybe the arms go a little farther forward, your head on your wrists or hands. It's a very grounding pose. Again, we're making contact with the earth, feeling your breath because the belly is rising, just kind of moving into the earth as you inhale, getting that abdominal massage as you exhale and just go a little deeper. So I will watch the time. Enjoy Makar Asana, crocodile pose. Great. Take one more deep breath here. Just notice how making contact with the earth feels grounding and supportive. Hands under the shoulders. Inhale slowly up to tabletop. And then slowly back to child's pose. Or just stay in tabletop and maybe shift the hips side to side. See what's most helpful for your back and your knees. Great. And center. And now let's actually move to our legs up the wall. So we have some good time to do that. So moving any props that you want to use tonight to wherever your space is. I'm going to make that little T shape, bolster at the wall, maybe a few inches away, folded blanket or whatever you have is nice little cushion for the spine. You can use your couch or your bed or even just in the middle of your space, a little more active. But a great pose to shift the energies, shift the circulation. Great pose of reflection, of just letting go of the year, let it all go. You can keep your feet up. They can be more of a V shape, or maybe that bound angle for your hips. See what feels good tonight. Or maybe more of that crocodile sort of shape, toes angle in. Rock your head side to side once you get there. Be gentle, then find center. Consciously relax your shoulders. Practice surrendering, just moving into faith and trust, just letting go. Enjoy being in this pose a few more moments, noticing the internal shift, clearing out any old stagnant energy, circulation, let it flow down into your torso, to your heart. Let's take 3 more very conscious breaths here. Where else can you relax? Let go a little bit more. And then slowly walk your feet down the wall. Take your time. And everyone roll to one side when you get there. So just pausing on your side, let the circulation begin to shift again back into your lower body. Noticing a little tingle as things shift, and then slowly rise up. And let's move the bolster out into the middle of your space, and then legs are in a V shape. You may want to pile up the props for this one. It's pretty big. So let's just take a moment sitting tall after being upside down. Reground your tailbone. Reground through the back of your legs, reach through your heels. Take your inhale, let it rise up the front body, and exhale, take a slow journey. It's more out first, out, 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 and then eventually coming down. Feel free to land on blocks, or you can kind of pile up your fists, forehead down. So we'll even out up and down the back and through your hips, through your legs and your feet. Calming, grounding, letting go. Let's enjoy another big breath into the back or wherever you need it, and exhale, melt everything a little deeper. Slowly walk up, move the bolster out a little bit, and now make your feet into that butterfly position. And you adjust how close the feet are to you. We're just going to keep this bolster out in front of us for a second. Just check in. Are you still grounded through your pelvis and the tailbone? And then can we lift up a little bit more? And just a little movement first. Inhale, knees rise. Exhale, let them open. Good, settling in. And then maybe move that bolster onto your feet where you can ground them. And then once again, take a forward fold and into this hip opener. So wherever you need to modify, you want to just let everything hang, let your head hang, or if you want something to connect. One more big breath into the back body. Exhale, melt something else, let go. Slowly rise. Move that bolster. Bring the knees in, and then let's go. Get in position to take our back bend or recliner. So just kind of lean back enough, walk your feet wide, and let those hips move now. And then set up for your back bend. So let's just do the nice long way tonight. Roll yourself down. You can always put something underneath your neck or for your neck if that feels good. Just don't make it too high. We want the neck long. And then your choice with the knees, butterflying open, if that hip opener feels good, or the opposite. Take some pressure off your back, knees touch, feet wide, or just let them be nice and long. Maybe put another blanket on, an eye pillow, all the props, all the good cozy things. Squeeze those shoulder blades together a little closer in your back and let the front of your heart open. Let the shoulders open, the chest. Again, a pose of surrender, of trust. Feeling the earth beneath you. You can let go. Can you give your body permission to soften into the breath just a little bit more? Let's enjoy just another breath or two. How slow and full can you breathe here? And bring the knees up, feet down to the floor. Slowly roll to one side. And then give yourself some space to come back onto the floor. Onto your back. Bring your knees in. Inhale, shins away from you. Exhale, shins in, and then curl the head. Get that counter pose. A couple more, just flowing with the breath, inhaling, shins away. Exhale, curling in. One more. And lower your head, lower your left leg down. Keep your right knee hugged in. And then take a half happy baby. We're going to hold on maybe to the outer edge of this right foot or somewhere on the leg. Meanwhile, the left leg is long. Ground it, anchor it. Trying to align your ankle and knee, if you can here, get into your hip. Great, and then just hug that knee back in, head up towards the knee. Lower and switch. Check in here as you ground the right leg straight and strong. Left knee comes in. And half happy baby. Let's keep this right hip your guide. Open up the sole of that left foot, maybe up towards the ceiling or wherever you can, whatever is accessible. Great, big breath. And reset. You can give that knee another squeeze in. And both knees come in. Just draw some circles. How are the hips? How's the sacrum? And then a full happy baby or wherever you can go, just to make it a little lighter here. Soles face the sky. Settle into your back and your hips. And if there's any last movement that would feel good for you, go for it. Or set up your final pose, feeling supported in your back and warm. So get some layers. Finding Shavasana. I'm going to move to a seat, but you stay on your back or maybe legs up the wall again if that felt good. Some restorative pose with your spine nice and neutral. So after all of the movement in different ways, settle into neutral. Settle into the earth. Feeling the earth hold you. So you can let go. Settle into your breath. Feel the softening again at the low belly. Maybe even move your hands there for that awareness. Conscious relaxation. Nothing to do but rest and restore, just like the earth in winter. We can't be in bloom all the time. We must take a rest. Reflecting with gratitude for all of the lessons learned in this year, without the need to go back and replay it all. Just know it happened. It's all of your wisdom now. And without moving forward into the future yet, we are right here in this beautiful moment of rest. The time will come to start again, but not yet. And slowly bring awareness back into the space around you. And if you have more time in your evening just to keep resting, go for it. If you'd like to close the session, you can slowly, keeping this piece, but slowly move your fingers and toes, reawakening. Rolling to a side and pause. And then up to close the practice, either here or again on your back with your hands at your heart. Let's bow our head to our heart, honor ourselves. We're taking this time to find peace, and may that peace ripple outward to your homes, your communities, and all around the world, so all may benefit. Om and three Shantis, peace, peace, peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Have a beautiful rest of your night and Happy New Year if I don't see you before. Namaste.